morning, my friends. Today we are tearing apart. Yeah. Sometimes that's your biggest chore of the day is tearing stuff apart. If you remember in the last box my sister sent me, there was a lot of this type of jewelry in it. Unfortunately, whoever did it, first of all, glue is horrible in there. Can you see how yellowed that is? Really nice beads in it. Is it horrible? They're heavy. I don't like heavy. But they took a pair of earrings like this that they've made, and then they just glued it in. Is it the best use? No. But they were just trying to, sometimes you just try stuff. And it's not horrible. Would I ever wear them? No. And those beads are really nice beads, and I'm going to harvest them. So, these here, this part up here is kind of cute. It's dirty. It's kind of cute. Do I like the little blue things on the bottom? I think I would have kept these, except for they are not the same beads. They were going, oh, well, maybe these will work. They did a great job. Their stitching is really good. I would have probably worn these at least once. I love this blue here better than this, but they're not the same. So I'm going to tear those apart. Sad face. This one here, you can see that all that glue is really nasty. If they had done it correctly, see, there's the pair right there. I might have kept them. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to remove the glue. Get rid of that stone. Try to remove the glue and see if we can't maybe save this. And because this is not ugly. It's just that glue is ugly. Okay. This is cute. But there's only one of them. And one of them's not going to do it. That is that same bead here. I don't think there's enough beads in this to create that. Otherwise, I would try to just replicate it, because I've got enough of these beads here to do these here, to do this part. I just don't have enough of this really pretty little blue bead, unfortunately, because that's a lot of, I think there's 2 in every tube, every bugle bead. There's 2, oh, you know what? Oh, that's a tricky thing. Look at that. They put 2 there. Okay, there's not. It's some of them have 2. This one here has 2. Okay, I didn't look at the structure of it really well. Okay, so that's interesting. These are just ugly. I'm tearing those apart. Besides, this one's broke. Set that aside. This is really pretty here. I like this one. And if I was to tear apart, well, this here. Okay. Why are there 3 of these? I'm not sure. Anyways, if I was to tear apart one of these, I might have enough of these beads here to do that. And then I definitely would have enough of the black bugle beads. So I might try to redo this, to do the second one. Because that's kind of cute. They do need to go in and stitch and make this firmer. The more times you stitch in there, the harder this will become. And it rolls, and it shouldn't roll. See, it rolls like that. Which is, if you were going for a rolled look, that would work. I like it much better flat. If you're going to do it for a rolled look, you would actually go from this bead to this bead and actually sew them together. But that's how you would make a roll like this here, is to actually just continue the circle. All right, let's set that aside. Set that aside. All right, we're going to tear those apart. Okay, there's 2 sets of these. I'm only going to save 1 set, so I'll pick out which ones 2 are the best. They are exactly alike. And then we're going to try to pick out that glue. This here, there's only 1, and it's ugly. They did try putting this bead here, the rhinestone, on it to give it a little class, whatever, and it's filthy. All right. So those are those that I'm tearing apart. I'm definitely tearing these apart because I don't like the skirt. This here, if I had both of them, I would keep them because they did a great job of the beading part, and it's kind of cute. If I had a 2-tone green blouse or dress or something, that would definitely look cute with it. But I don't have it, so it has to be tore apart. Now let me show you what I've been working on for the last week or so. And it's getting all run together. I'm sorry. I've been making a pair of earrings. That's the first one. I find it very pretty. It's pretty bold, rainbows. And so I started this one, and then I realized, what in the world am I doing here? All right. So let me move that out of the way. If you look at this one right here, you see everyone has 3 beads between the individual here, because I go white, color, white, color, white, color, white, color, white, color, white, until I get down to the last color. Then I put 3 beads, then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 1. And that's the pattern, except for that guy. That guy, I forgot to put the 3 in. So I'm going to have to clip it and take it back, all the way back to this one here, so that I can redo that one. And yeah, that's why you shouldn't do this while you're tired. This is just a brick stitch up here. So you just, and we'll put earring wires here. And then this one will go like this one will go like that, and they'll hang and they'll be very pretty. That's my story. But I thought I'd confess that, you know, they're not the only ones that you have to tear apart. Sometimes you have to tear your own apart. And when I did that, I just took a, I printed this off from Pinterest and just got a copy of the thing. And then I drew these in. This one I didn't like. I switched this one up. I started over here and changed my mind because, and here where it shows 2 beads, I only did 1 bead. It's a 1 bead step up and not a 2 bead step up. So I started right here. So it's 13 across. So I have 13 dangly things. And yeah, that's the design on that. So I actually do some of this stuff. I also did this one. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do with it. It'd make a great patch if somebody wanted to put a patch on a pocketbook or a book bag or something like that. But anyways, I wanted to try it and I did. So, hey. Okay, let's start tearing apart. These are going to be the easiest things to tear apart. So let me start with those. And basically we're going to go in here and cut some of those strings, depending on what kind of string they use. And if it's anything like what the other ones were, I did tear apart another one. I reinforced it. I didn't tear it apart, I actually reinforced it. But they just used regular string. And with bugle beads, sometimes they aren't terribly cooperative with regular string, because there's got sharp edges here. All right, that one's actually, oh, they went around that a bunch. That's impressive. Yes, I approve. I'd approve if There we go. Yeah, if they didn't come apart on you. All right, let me just get rid of these feet. And you know, even if you don't like something, the beads are valuable. I mean, you can go to Hobby Lobby and pay. Well, if you get them on sale, you can get like for $3-4 package of beads. But these here, I like the price of these. These are free because my sweet sister sent them to me. All right. Let's see. This hook, this eye on this this earring is bigger than the ones I get. There's some applications I would like a bigger eye like that. Don't know where they got that, but I don't think they made it. No, they didn't make that. That's a purchased one. If they made it, I'm really impressed. Look at that mess. Isn't that a mess? All right, let's just cut across. Cut across. I'm going to try to save all this that I can just so I can throw it away. Yeah, so I can pick it up. So, anyways, yesterday we went grocery shopping. It was exciting. Spent more than we have in a long time. But we hadn't been grocery shopping for a month and a half, so there's that. And then the one before it, when we went grocery shopping, we spent about half of what we normally do. So, yeah, we didn't need a lot of stuff. We're like, we really should go grocery shopping. We hadn't gone in well, actually at that point it'd been almost 2 months and we hadn't gone. But our freezer was so full of food, we're like, we need to eat down some of this before we go shopping. So we'd go to Walmart and pick up, you know, like fresh vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. And, you know, there's stuff that you have to purchase right along. You can't just let it go. So when I say I did a grocery shopping, I mean, yeah, we filled the pantry. You know, you get the flour and the sugar and the Splenda and the mayonnaise and the mustard, and actually we didn't get mustard. Got relish. Oh, I got some pink stuff. Yeah, cleaner. I'd heard some really good stuff about it, and I'm going to try it. I hope that it lives up to its hype. That would be great, wouldn't it? If it does, I'll come back and tell you. If not, you probably won't hear about it. Unless I'm like in a mood of going, yeah, that wasn't so good. All right. But, I gave my daughter-in-law one of the pair of eyes that I made last time for her plant that's at work. She's got a cactus, and so she was with a customer, so I couldn't really bug her too much. So her customer actually picked what pair of eyes her plant got. And since it was a present for her plant and not for her, you know. But I think they're just so cute. If you didn't see the video, go back and watch it. It's you can make these. These are so easy to make. In any shape you want, because, you know, eyeballs come in all kinds of shapes. Kind of, right? All right. Oh, let's move that out of the way. I don't want to lose that. Okay. Here comes the second one. All right, let's go right up between the two things there. Interesting. Oh. Went to American Deli and had a Philly cheesesteak for supper last night. Wednesdays are our date day. So he doesn't work at Loaves and Fishes usually, and we had been doing The Chosen, and then we took off for the summer, and we're getting a late start getting back in because half our Chosen people are trying to figure out something for their kids for youth leader, and they're helping out until we can get a full-time youth leader. And yeah, hopefully that won't take long, because the kids really need somebody who will be with them every time. There is one guy who's really good with youth, but he's a cop, so he doesn't always have the day off or the night off for youth group. And then one of the guys that are helping him is GBI, and you know, he's their bomb expert, so yeah, he can't always be there. Let's see, who else is out there? Yeah, there's just a lot of good-hearted people, but you really need somebody who can do it. And hopefully we'll have the money to pay them. I'm not involved in that part of the church stuff. I don't know what, you know, how much money financially we have for them, but yeah. Me, I am not into teenagers, young teenagers especially. Yeah, their foolishness. I mean, I liked it when I was younger, especially when I was at that age. Actually, I was terrible at that age. Never mind. I was kind of, yeah, I was not popular or anything. I was just kind of a dorky kid. Or as my sister would say, I'm a goody two-shoes. I remember. But since she sends me presents, I am not going to bust on her too much. I won't throw her under the bus. Okay. And I was a goody two-shoes, still am. But you know, nowadays it doesn't bother me. I'm kind of proud of the fact that I'm a goody two-shoes. Yeah. Oh, so what else is going on? We've lost one of our neighbors. He died, and then another one is in critical condition. He had a heart attack, and yeah, so it's a sad week in our neighborhood, but hopefully he'll be okay. If not, you know, God is there for him, and his sweet wife will see him and his children again. It's just, yeah. That's the problem about getting old. You know, your friends also are getting old, and your neighbors, and yeah. Anyways, let's talk about happier things, you know. Just have a second, just lift Bubba up in a little prayer there. Yeah, and his family. Eddie, who passed, I'll always remember Eddie because he gave me a rose bush. So every time I see the roses, and I always have, I'm going, oh, those are Eddie's roses, even though they're in my yard, because, you know, he didn't have room for them, so he asked me if I wanted a rose bush. I said, Yeah. So, anyways, it's a, what do you call them? Okay. English is not my first language today. I'm not sure what is, but anyways, yeah, it's one of those like wild roses, but it's not a wild rose. It's a bush rose. It was almost there. Oh well. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Do you speak that language? That I can't remember what the word is. Language. It's that one is not tore apart. I really wanted to remember what it was called. It's gonna drive me crazy. All right, I have one of these. It's empty. Got this at the Dollar Tree. When I first started buying them, they were $1. Now they're $1.25, and who knows if they're going to go up to $1.50 because a lot of prices are. So, anyways, gives us a place to sort these and just keep them all ready for use. And these here are not as sharp as what a lot of the glass ones. I think these may be acrylic. I know they're shiny like that, but they're not sharp. Well, that one's a little sharp right there. You can see the little point. Can you see the little point on that? I don't know. Can you see the point? Is there a point? Yeah, you see the little point right there. Right there. All right. Yeah. All right, I'll be back. I'm just picking these up. Okay, I was trying to decide which of these. I know I have to tear that one apart, but do I want to try to replace that one or that one? Now, I like this one better, but I don't have enough of the blue. So I do have enough of the blue here to make that. So I'll probably try to redo this one. I do have some of the gold beads like this here, so I can replace those because these are metal. These are not that that clear. So yeah, they totally redid that, and that's something else. Well, this is cute, but yep, we're going to cut it right there. And tear this apart. Did I get those? Do 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 do. All right. See, on that one, they had all three of those going through it. That one they have 4 going through it. Okay, so I need to clip these apart. Okay, let's see if I can just pull them. Yay, just pull, pull. Oh, look how dirty the thread is. Yeah, don't turn your nose up when you see dirty thread, because yeah, your thread's going to get dirty, your earrings and everything. If somebody tore them apart, they would be going the same thing. So just normal life is going to get your jewelry dirty. So, especially if you love it and you wear it a lot. Me, I don't wear any jewelry a lot because, well, I have so much. So I have earrings I've only worn once. I have earrings I've never worn. I'm going, oh, I just need a blouse that'll go with it. Yeah. The other day I made a pair of earrings for a blouse that I bought because I didn't have any earrings that went with it. And I actually had to, it's like a gray-green color. And I didn't have any paint or any mica powders or any glitter or anything that color. So I actually had to create it. So I started out with a green and added some black to it because it's kind of a grayer color, a little bit of white too, because you don't want it too dark. And then I actually added pink to it because it was a gray color, and it actually came out really, really close to the color of the shirt. So I was like, yay. But I was just playing around, just adding different colors until I came up with the color that I needed. And you don't think about adding pink to green to make a different green. But yeah, I need to delve more into that, mixing colors. I know my sister's really good at it, but then she went to school for it. Yeah. Me? This right here is my school. I learn when you learn. So they did what I would have done. They went through that 100,000 times. Oh, I am sorry. I realized the other day I was rewatching a video to post. I'm going, I quit telling you I'm sorry every time I clunk you. I had hit you so many times that day. I mean, I was like, quack, quack, quack. So, yeah. So I apologize to all those people who watched that video and watched me beat the heck out of my camera. All right. So, oh, I wore raindrops. It was like clouds with thunder and lightning. That's what I wore yesterday. A pair of earrings that I made. My husband says, you wore the wrong earrings. It's not raining today. I said, it's going to rain later. And it did. So, yeah. We're in that season where, it's hot and muggy, and then you get a little bit of rain. It's hit and miss. You might get the rain, or the people across the road might get the rain, and you just get the humidity. But, yeah, it's that time of year here in the South. Although I was looking at my grandson's weather up in Oklahoma. He's having, they're definitely 3-digit numbers for every day. And he's not getting rain, but he's getting humidity. So somebody goes, well, it's a different kind of heat. Yeah, it looked pretty similar to me. All right, let's pick these up here. Put those in. Because these are the same bugle bead. But I have a weather app on my tablet, and so I'll look to see what our weather is. Then I'll look to see my son, who's up in Cleveland, Tennessee, see what his weather is going to be. And it's usually pretty similar to ours. It might be a degree or two colder than here. And sometimes their rain is a little different, but it's pretty much, if we're going to get rain, if we got like 50% chance of rain, he might have 75% chance of rain, or vice versa. Let's see, and then I'll look at where we grew up, at Harrisville, New York. Yay, shout out to Harrisville. And see what kind of weather they're having. And when they were having 90s, we were like, oh my goodness, that's horrible. Yeah, because here, 90s are nothing because we have air conditioning. Most people up there do not have air conditioning. And so 90 degrees is horribly hot up there. Just letting you know, there's a difference. It hasn't got anything to do with the actual temperature. It has to do with your air conditioning and whether or not you've got heat or air or whatever. So, then my brother posted a thing where they had tornadoes in his, like 20 minutes from him, and it devastated the place. I'm like, well, we get that. I did not, wow. Speak English? No. I didn't realize that there was so much of that kind of weather up north. But he said they could get up to 20 tornadoes in their state. And I'm like, oh, I thought Wisconsin was, one of those places where you only had to worry about freezing to death. But yeah. So that's another reason that the South is not so scary, because, we're like, well, hurricanes, tornadoes. Yeah, you have to put up with that down here. But my sister's in Massachusetts, and they had the weather from tornadoes up there. So I guess nobody's safe. Okay, let's tear this one apart. As you saw, I did cleaned up all that was from that, because these, they're different colors. So you definitely want to keep them separated. So, I don't know if I told you that we had picked our pastor, but yeah, we're getting a new pastor. Her name is Tammy, and all you Baptists are gasping, going, "Oh, woman pastor!" Yep, she's very sweet, very spirit-filled. Her husband's Chuck. He's a nice guy. So, yeah. They won't be coming until September, but we got to get the parsonage ready because we're doing a big renovation on it. We of course painted the whole thing, pressure washed the outside, tore up all the overgrown foliage around it, putting in all new floors. The kitchen cabinets are all getting painted, and yeah, so it'll be nice for them. All right. Now, it's possible they want to stay where they're at. I don't know. Hope not, because they live, like 40 minutes away. And we really want a full-time pastor. We want the pastor close by, where she can participate in everything. All right. Yeah, see this one, the eye is smaller on this. This is the size of the eyes that most of mine are. But can you see the difference in the sizes? Yeah. See, this is what mine most are. I don't, where she got that one? All right. Let's keep tearing apart. I am getting a lot of new viewers. Just want to say hi to you all. You're more than welcome to drop a comment. I do read them all. I know you. I've been watching YouTube videos on just different things, and most of them, a lot of them, are done with AI. And they go, "Yes, we read all of them." No, you don't. First of all, it's read, not read. But yeah, I'm going, you guys don't read those. You just want the analytics, which I don't care. I don't follow my analytics to see, what I'm doing, because I do this for fun. I'm not getting paid. The more people watching me or commenting or whatever doesn't affect what I do at all. But I do like interacting. I do like comments and stuff. And it don't matter if the videos, like from a year and a half ago, it still comes up on my thing saying, "Oh, you have a comment." I'm going, "Oh, let me see." I may have to go back into the video and see what it was that I had done, but that's not a hardship either. That's kind of cool, because you're going, "Oh, I forgot I did that." Because I've made, 240 245 videos. This I think is 246. And that does not include the 50 that I did before I ever started going public with them. Those were just between my sister and me, you know. So, yeah. If you got a young person in your family and they want to do videos, you can make them private. You do not have to make them public. So, yeah, I would encourage actually that you let them use their creativity and do some videos and stuff. And yeah, just make sure that you keep them private. And you can, even if they're private, you can invite other people to see it. Like if their grandparents want to see the video they did, you can invite them, send them an email type thing, and they can watch it. It's really cool. Technology is awesome, folks. All right, I don't have any of these black ones in here yet, so let's pick up the black bugle beads. Start with those, because there's not that many of them. And we'll do the large gold beads. Okay. I can get a hold of them. All right. Now we got to determine if these black beads are the same as these black beads, and I believe they are. So we can put those with these here. All beads are not exactly the same, unless they come out of the same lot or, you know, the same company or whatever. You might think they're the same, and yeah, then you realize, nope, they're not. But anyways. And of course, I'm not going to catch all of these when I first do these, so we'll go back and forth, and you know, as we pick them up. Right there. Nope. I was going to say, do I have them all now? I thought I did. Wow. All right. Whoops. Put that in the little packet thing there. Okay. All right, everybody. I had a bead sorter thing. I'm going, oh, there's a black one. See, I told you I wasn't going to get them all. And I'm going, that might be cool. I do like sorting beads, which is a good thing because I dropped a huge container that and they all went together, and it took me about a month of sorting because a lot of them were this size, and I lost a bunch of them because we had carpeting and they get into the carpeting. Yeah. But I found that if you put a sock over your vacuum cleaner, you can actually vacuum up a bunch of little beads like this, and just drop them in your bowl, and then just pick out the dirt. Actually, you pick out the beads and leave the dirt there. So yeah, you learn all kinds of tricks when you're accident prone. So yeah, my husband laughed. He thought it was hilarious. What happened was the shelf they were on, it was more than one container of these, but only, I think, 2 opened up. Anyways, it was on one of those little metal shelves, and it collapsed. And when it did, when it hit the floor, because it was above my head, so it was high up, and it just spilled everywhere. It was like, some of them are in the crease between the wall, and it was in a closet, so yeah. Oh, don't go the wrong way, guys. Don't go the wrong way. That one's still got thread in it. See it? Yeah. All right. There we go. I got it. I thought it was going to be harder than that. Do 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 do. But I like sorting cards and sorting beads and sorting all kinds of stuff. I don't know if that makes me weird or if there's other people who like to sort. But, alright, let me get that black bead before it gets accidentally put in a thing with the other ones. Let's put the gold beads in here. Okay. Whoop. Got under my nail. There we go. And then we'll put these blue in its own little container because they are the only ones I have of those. So we'll put them right here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But yeah, if you've got, you know, you don't have to have something like this for your beads. You can get like a fishing tackle thing where you put you sort your lures and stuff in. Those work very good. It's what I started out with. I actually have 2 fishing tackle boxes in my craft room full of beads. So, yeah. All right, we said we were going to try to redo that one, so we're not going to tear that one apart. Let's determine which of these are the best 2. Okay, so we're going to, what I'm looking at is which one has less glue, and if they're all, okay, that one's all there. This one might have less glue on it. Those are all there. Okay. Definitely going to need a picky tool, huh? This one here, it's got hair in it. Well, I can tell you the person was a brunette. Is that the same? Yeah, okay. Alright. I may need my heat gun to heat the glue up too. Although some glue, I found out, does not heat up and does not clean. And this is what we want to make with whatever we tear apart. So, put that over there. We're not tearing that one apart. Look what I found. And I just dropped it. But I caught it. Alright, so it's one of those little blue beads. Put it in there. If you're going to be making a flag like this here or anything that's patriotic, those blue beads will work really good in it. Okay, and also we want to tear apart these 2. These are going to give us a lot more black beads, and I might be able to take this thing here and put it on that. That might look better than that stone for sure. This is more like what that should have been. So, we'll be back. Okay, let's see how hard it is to pick the glue off in these. Yeah, not too bad. With my picky tool, you can see it's all bent up. Got it from the Dollar Tree, back when it was $1. There was 2 of them in a package. And I've actually got a lot of use out of them. Ooh, it went straight through. Ta-da! I'll probably save that, take a hammer, just whack it once, make it into little pieces, and then I can put it back into jewelry. I don't, yeah, I'm not going to be able to pick that all off in that glue. So, yeah, that's the best thing probably to do to it. So, we can get the glue off in these. Oh, look at that. That came off. Let's pick all the glue off in that. I'm thinking they probably use super glue. I'm not sure what the glue is they used, but it definitely changed colors. And Let's see. Now that's not ugly. That's kind of cute. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll get rid of that thing and just clean these up. Ooh, this is missing a thing right here. All right. But yeah, now we know that it's possible. I do want to get the rest of that glue off in there because I want to save these beads. Do I want to save this? I don't know. This is like gross. It just kind of, it's very brittle, that glue is. All right, let's try this as my heat gun. Ta-da! Heat gun. Whoa! You know what you should do before you turn on anything with that intense of a blower on it? You should probably get rid of all the loose stuff that is sitting there. All right, now let's try that again. We'll pretend we never did that because that was kind of stupid. All right. Again, this gets hot, so you want to hold it with something else. Okay. I did not do that for long because we don't know how long we need for to loosen this glue up. Man, that don't want to hold on. Yeah, see, it's, yeah, that loosened it up really quick and easy. So that's what I'll do. I'll use the heat gun, which is very noisy, and I will, whew, that was fun. Just pick at this, and see how big of a piece that was? That was a huge piece that came off. And we'll just clean this up. There's another piece. Ta-da-da. Yeah, I probably should clean the table off first, huh? Because they're flying all over the table and mixing in with everything else. Alright, so we know that glue comes off. That's the good part. Now we just have to figure out what we want to put back here. And a lot of different things we could do. We'll just have to think on it because that's not ugly. That's kind of cute. Alright. Throw that away, and we'll go on to, yeah, more of it right there. On to more of these here. All right. Let's see if we can just pick that out. Actually, a little heat would probably make it come out real easy. And we just, last time I just pushed on this, and it did it again. Whew. It's still a little warm from the heat gun. And I'm just loosening it up in there, just kind of putting the picky tool in between things, and yeah, there's a lot of glue right there. Yeah. All right, let's picky up that a little bit. Worried about getting my fingers there. I've stuck myself with a picky tool too many times. All right, and all I'm doing is kind of crumbling up that glue with this here. The pliers there, because it was overlapping that, and now we'll probably go, maybe push in, push in. There it goes. Ta-da! Look at all that glue. Whew. They spent a fortune on glue. Alright. Picky tool, picky tool, picky tool. Stick it, stick it, stick it. Stuck to one bead. Right there. Oh well. Alright. Stuck to some of those there. Okay. Now, trick is to crush the glue without crushing the bead. There, we did it. Wow. Now all we gotta do is finish cleaning the little stuff up. Okay. What do you think? Should I save it like this or save it like that? Now, in my head, you're going, well, there was two pair. Oh, look at this coming apart. I guess that answers the question, huh? All right, we're going to tear those apart. And we're going to see if we can't get the glue off from that. Just clean that up, front of here on both of them. And I can always, I don't know, put some resin over this or something to make it look less yucky. Because that is very yucky looking. Okay? Alright, well that was fun. Alright, let's work on cleaning these up, shall we? Little heat gun here. And some of this I'll probably fast forward, let you watch it, but fast forwarding. The only reason I'm recording some of it, which is kind of boring, is in case something happens, then I can stop the video and slow it down and show you. Yeah. Oh, look how easy that comes off once it's heated. Yeah. Ew, that's some nasty stuff, huh? I really don't know what kind of glue they used. Note to self, don't ever use it. And is it important that we get this all off the back? Not really. It's just that it's very ugly. It's very, very ugly. And it's kind of satisfying watching something go from ugly to cleaned up some. Even more when it's cleaned up a lot. Not sure how hot this still is, but it won't hurt to use the pliers, right? I mean, we have them. And we're less apt to poke ourselves with a pokey tool. What is the technical name for this, huh? I know, pokey tool. That's the technical name. Very technical. All right. Still a little warm. Not hot, but a little warm. A bit of glue right there. All right. A bit right there. I feel like a dentist. Just, you know, their little picky tools they use. They're a lot sharper than my picky tools. Anybody who likes doing picky stuff, could have been a dentist or somebody who cleans up jewelry, or you know, lots of stuff takes people who like to pick. Yeah. Oh, what does that say? It says something. Gotta clean it up some more. But it does say something right there. I see a W-A-M. Come on, clean you off right there. May have to use my magnifying to see what it actually says. Patwan? Got rid of my glasses here. P-A... Oh, Taiwan. That's a T, not a P. Taiwan. Well, hey. I guess we know where these are made, huh? I guess they weren't. This must be from Taiwan. That whole piece couldn't have been from Taiwan, because would they have used that ugly glue and gotten glue all over the front of it like that? Or, I don't know. I don't buy stuff like that. I don't buy any jewelry. I make my own. So I get stuff like this and recreate. Yeah. Went to the dog show today. Went to the home show also. Both of these were at the Ag Center. I love watching the dog agility competition. Oh, that looks so much better. Look at that. See? We went from this to this. You can see that there. And from that to that. I got my nails messed up. All right, so we're going to picky some more. Anyways, I love watching like the Papillons and the Shelties and all the dogs. They're just so pretty and so fantastic, and they're so eager to go through that course. So I told my sister that she needs to set up one for her dogs. They would love it. Yeah. Well, Woofy would like it. Wolfgang. I don't know that that Wicket would. I don't know. He's a little slower than his brother. Yeah. But the Pomeranians, and they had a little Chihuahua, and the things they were jumping over literally was only this high off the ground. It was like funny because, you know, the bigger dogs are like, you know, 1.5 feet or whatever off the ground. And this is like just about an inch and a half. So yeah, let me heat this up, shall I? Look at all this stuff that we're getting off in this. Isn't that gross? Wow. But anyways, let me work on this. I'll show you when I'm done. It's like more of what I've been doing. And then we will go on to something else. Okay, I'm going to empty this here because this is getting a lot of dirt here. A lot of that glue. I mean, it was... Huh, I'm like... I'm looking at... Alright. Okay, so... Back to cleaning. See, I got most of it. Got a little bit here I got to get. Got oop, that just popped off. Okay. Got some back here. Some fine stuff needs to be removed. Okay, that's the other one. So we got 2 of these that are been cleaned up. Ta-da! All right. Let's clean this up and then fix my major mistake here that I was doing. Ooh, all that. All right. This is what where I screwed up. And I screwed up on that one right there, which means I got to take this one out, and then come back and figure out how I'm going to fix this. All right, I don't know which side of that is the part that I finished on. So let's take a picky tool and see if I can't picky it a little bit. If I could cut the right string, might save a little bit. Can't tell. I'm just gonna have to, I'll cut it down here. If I cut it down here, then I know how much I've got, right? Alright. Ta-da. And just cut it down through there. Get that bead there. Whoops. Alright. Now, let's pull this one. Da, 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 da. Now we know which string it is. That string can go away because that one's gets fed up through. All right, let's now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that one leg, and then I'm gonna thread it up in through here so that it's connected, and then go back to get another length of thread and keep going. It's so much better if you don't make a mistake. But we all make mistakes, just as long as you know how to fix it. That's all that's important. Been nice if I had caught it beforehand. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, because each time we're adding one more white bead. All right, then I need a purple. Whoops, a purple, a white, a blue, a white, a green, a white, whoops, right there, a yellow. Every time we're going to put a white in between, a white, an orange, a white, a red, and 3, count them, 3 whites, because that's what we didn't do last time. That's how we messed it up. We did not put 3 in between. Okay, come on. And then we're going to do 2 red, 2 red, 2 orange, 2 yellow, 2 green, and 2 blue, 2 purple, and we're going to finish off with a white. Okay, now we have the right things. So now what we're doing is we are going to skip that white one and go back up through all the other colors that we did. We go through those purple ones and the blue ones and the green ones. All right, let's go right there. And okay, let's pull it tight. Keep going up through them. Now it's going to be very touchy when we get up here because, well, we're pretty out of thread here. All right, so, and I'm going to sew it up into the body part. But first we're going to make sure that this is all tight. And I just pulled it off this thing, which is par for the course. Okay, so that's all tightened up. So I'm going to stick this through a bead. Right like that. So, and then thread it again. And that's another thing about this thread, the wildfire thread, is it threads pretty easy because it's a stiffer thread. Now let me see if I can go down here. I may have to keep threading the needle if the thread is shorter. Then, yeah. Okay, then the length of the needle. There we go. Well, that stunk, didn't it? Let me go through that one. Let me go down through that one there. And I'm changing directions so that it locks the thread better. Because if your thread goes, you know, it kind of locks in and it's impossible to pull it out. Well, not impossible, but very hard. Chances are you're not going to get it out. All right, let's see if I can get up through that one. Probably not. All right, let's go to the one right here. And this is going to be the last one I go through. So we put it part way through, thread the needle again, and pull it up through. All right, take your scissors, clip it close, ta-da, throw that away. All right, this is the thread I'm using. It is a thermal bonded beading thread, weaving thread. There are different kinds. This happens to be wildfire. And it is a 0.15 millimeter. That's how big around it is, okay? Let's take about that much of it. You want enough that you ain't got to keep weaving it in, but you want not so much that it's going to knot on you. Not that this stuff knots as easily as what, say, regular thread does. Okay, just like how I finished it off, I'm going to, again, weave it through a bunch of the beads. Down, I'm going to go down a couple, then go up one, down a couple more, just to, where's that one right there? Okay. And the fact that I have white thread and it's white beads makes it a little harder to see, but we're doing okay. We are doing okay. And I just caught my thread on a pair of pliers over there. Right. Now, see the little tail there? I am going to pull that until the tail kind of disappears right there. Now I'm going to go up the one beside it and down that same bead that I, this is the bead beside it that I went up. All right, so those are going to be locked in pretty good. That is not going to be pulling out. Let me get down to down. All right, let me go through that one. If one bead doesn't want to go down, let your thread go down, go to the one beside it. I mean, they're not all stinkers. Some of them are very friendly beads. I just went through two. Yay! Okay, now I need to go through that bead right there. This one I don't have a choice. I have to go through that bead because it's the next one in the line for the fringe. Okay, now we had 3 clear ones there. Now we're going to need 4. So 1, 2, 3, come on, 4, 1 purple, 1 clear, 1 blue, 1 clear, 1 green, 1 clear. And if you say it out loud, a lot of times it makes it so you don't mess up so much. Clear orange, clear red, 3 clear, which is where we messed up last time. That's why there's only 1 clear here, because we didn't have the 3 at that time. 3 clear. Okay, now we're going to do 2 of each. Da-da-da. All right, 2 red, because we're going in reverse order. 2 red, 2 orange. We're not putting any whites between them. Okay, 2 yellow. I forgot 3 yellow here. They must have gotten moved over because I have everything I'm supposed to have here. Okay, 2 green, 2 blue, 2 purple, and a clear. All right. Check it, make sure you got it right, because it's a lot easier to check it now than tear it apart, because we saw how fun it is to tear apart. Okay, go on up through as far as you can go, because your needle's going to be shorter than the span, so be expected to have to do it in stages. All right, now we're going to go back up that same body bead in the body, whatever. All right, but first let me just pull it up through. All right, to tighten this up, because sometimes you'll have loose thread there, grab the bottom one and just kind of tug it and then let it go, and it will draw everything up. All right, now we're going to go back through that initial bead there. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, go down the next one, just like that. Pull it out, and then we're going to add 4 beads here, or 5 beads, because we got 4 there. And let me show you these again. Okay, this is how we're doing it. We're doing, obviously I made a mistake here. Purple bead, a white bead, all the way down through. Then we're going to add some more beads as we're going. And I have a pattern here, but I don't need the pattern anymore, because it's basically just adding 1 white bead, 1 more white bead than the last row, and then the same pattern as you've been doing before. So we're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3. Nope, that one didn't come on. 3, 4, 5, and check it. Yep. Take it down. A purple, a purple, a purple, a white, a blue, a white, a green, a white, a yellow, a white. I guess I could call that clear. I've been calling it white, so I'm going to keep calling it white, because in my head, yeah, it's not white. A red, and remember, this is where we do the 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 2 of each color going backwards. So it's a red, an orange, a yellow, whoops, flipped off, and a yellow, a green, oh come on, a green, a blue, blue, come on, blue, a purple, and come on, purple. Then we're going to do a clear, and we're going back up through it. And that's all there is to this. We just keep doing that same thing over and over again until we get all the way to this one right here. This is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Come back and see me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be showing you how to do the top part of these here, the weaving on that, but not today. Bye.